Okay, students, today's topic would be purpose of IMF, which is a subtopic of your fifth chapter, International Financial Institutions. So we'll see in the first slide, information given is with regarding to introduction. Introduction of International Monetary Fund. See, the origin of IMF goes back to the days of international chaos of the 1930s. In 1930s, we had the Second World War, which extended till 1945, and there was a total chaos internationally, and there was also big economic crisis faced by all countries throughout the world. During the Second World War, plans for the construction of an international institution for the establishment of monetary order were taken up. Okay. At the Bretton Woods Conference held in July 1944, delegates from 44 communist countries negotiated an agreement on the structure and operation of international monetary system. So during that period, they found there was very much a need of international monetary system which would help in such economic emergencies and help the countries to sail out of their crisis. The Articles of Agreement of IMF provided the basis of the international monetary system. The IMF commenced financial operations on 1st of March 1947, though it came into official existence on 27th December 1945 when 29 countries signed its Articles of Agreement. See, first, regarding international monetary system, establishing of this fund was discussed at Bretton Woods Conference in July 1944, and then there was an official existence of IMF on 27 December 1945, where 29 countries signed its articles, but officially IMF commenced its financial operations on 1st March 1947. As you all know, International Monetary Fund is an international financial organization which has got few objectives with regarding to economy of the world. It always looks at economic well-being of the world. Okay. That was the origin part of IMF. Next slide tells us about purpose of IMF. Why was IMF formed, or why did IMF come into existence? Firstly, to promote international monetary cooperation. To promote international monetary cooperation among different countries of the world, IMF was brought into existence. Next, to facilitate the expansion and balanced growth of international trade and also to promote high level of employment. Okay, another purpose of IMF was to facilitate expansion of international trade. When there is expansion of international trade among different countries of the world, it also brings in high level of employment into those economies and also increase the real income. Then, to promote exchange stability also was the purpose of IMF. When there is exchange stability in the various currencies of the world, international trade becomes easier. Okay, so IMF always stands for promoting exchange stability among the currencies of the world. When the currencies fluctuate very frequently, then international countries which are into international trade may find losses or may face losses. So to overcome that, IMF always promotes exchange stability among various currencies of the world. Then it also has a purpose to eliminate foreign exchange restrictions that hamper world trade. IMF also always stands for global growth. It always believes in globalization and free trade among various countries of the world. When a particular country puts foreign exchange restrictions, then having trade with such countries would become very difficult, and therefore IMF always stands for relaxation or elimination of foreign exchange restrictions of various countries, which will help in world trade. They stand for liberalization of foreign exchange restrictions. They also lend funds to countries with balance of payment difficulties. You always have to have an adequate balance of payments. Your exports should match with your imports. When you have got deficit, when your imports are more than exports, the economies will face deficit in balance of payments, disequilibrium in balance of payments, and they find difficulties in meeting the deficit, and they go for loans from other countries, and they face lot of financial crisis. So countries which are facing acute balance of payment difficulties, IMF will extend its supportive hand and see that such countries will comfortably sail through such economic crisis. So to achieve these objectives or these purposes, to fulfill these purposes, IMF came into existence. Apart from that, what is the role of IMF till now? We have found globally means it acts as a crisis handler. Wherever it finds crisis, you can find, wherever you find economic crisis, you can find IMF extending its hand. As you all know by now, there are 190 countries which are the members of IMF. Almost we tell the whole globe is the members of IMF. So when the IMF finds there are some difficulties or some deep financial crisis faced by member countries, it readily stretches its hand and does all possible, gives all possible support to such countries to come out of such economic crisis. So where there is economic crisis, you can find IMF there to help those member countries to face such crisis difficulties. Then you can also see IMF playing the role of a lender. So whenever countries want monetary help, they look towards IMF. The member countries look towards IMF. So the International Monetary Fund gives various types of loans to the member countries and help them in overall development of their economies. So whenever fund requirements are there, the member countries look for help from IMF. So it also plays the role of a lender. Next, it also plays a role of an analytical advisor. See, IMF has come into existence in 1947, since 1947, and it has got 190 countries under its umbrella, and it is an organization which has got vast experiences with regarding to the economic platform, and it has got experts from various countries who frames rules and regulations for economic well-being of the world. Okay, so with the help of this rich experience of IMF, by going through finding live economic crisis of their member countries, helping them out to sail through, giving loans to various various member countries, helping them to develop their economy. There is, and with so much of so many expertise hands present, they always act as an analytical advisor whenever countries want help with regarding to policy formulations, rules and regulations formulation. They take the help, or they take the advice of IMF. Okay, you have got advisors in IMF who will be ready to help you out in framing your economic policies for the betterment of the economy and for the betterment of economic growth of the globe. Okay, so not only they lend funds, not only they help you in coming out of crisis, they also will give you best suggestions. They also give you good analysis with regarding to strategies that you have to follow for your development of the economy, and also to come out of further economic crisis, and which will also help you to not face financial crisis in future. So they also play the role of analytical advisor. They are also reformers. So IMF, as I told you, they have got expert panelists with them. This IMF always acts as a watchdog with regarding to economic development of all the countries, economic development of the globe. They are always updated with whatever is happening, and they are updated with the changes and competition that the economies are finding. So according to the present scenario, they also reform the rules, regulations and strategies that is required with regarding to economy of the globe. Okay, so they are reformers of rules and regulations and strategies at global level, which by following which if followed by other countries will benefit for the well-being of their economy as well. So this is the role of IMF. They act as crisis handler, as a lender, analytical advisor, as well as a reformer. Then with regarding to membership, I told you already, the IMF has currently near global membership of 190 countries, and if you have to become a member, a country must first apply, and then it should be accepted by majority of the existing members. Then you can become the member of a IMF. In October 2020, Andorra joined IMF, and this which became the institution of which was the 190th member of the institution. After joining, each member country of the IMF is assigned a quota based broadly on relative size in the world's economy. Okay, based on the size of its economy of a particular country, comparing it with world economy, the quota is fixed, which has to be brought as membership fund by a country if it has to become the member of IMF. So IMF will fix a quota, and that quota has to be brought in. That amount has to be subscribed as a membership by every country which wants to become the member of IMF. If a member state fails to fulfill its obligations under the IMF Articles of Agreement, the IMF may declare that country ineligible to use its resources. So there is Articles of Agreement they have to comply with if they have to become the member of IMF. If they don't, then they will be ineligible to use the resources of IMF. Next, to sum up with what are all the operations, we came to know the purpose of IMF, we came to know the role played by the IMF, we also know how the member, what is the procedure of become a membership, or what is the procedure of becoming members of IMF. So to sum up, what are the operations this IMF is carrying on means, the IMF has shown great interest in the economic development of underdeveloped countries too. Not only they concentrate on big economies, but they also see the welfare of developing countries, and also they help the below or underdeveloped countries, or they take care of the poverty that is there in underdeveloped countries, and they see that there is overall growth in all different levels of economies. Okay, it has made a steady progress towards the establishment of a multilateral system of payment in respect of current transactions. It has simplified the multiple exchange system. See, their exchange system has to be simple enough. The currency rates should, the stable exchange rate should be simplified so that there is easy transaction with regarding to international trade. See, all this is taken care by IMF. It has simplified the multiple exchange systems. The IMF has promoted exchange rate stability and expansion of world trade. By simplifying the multiple exchange system, it has promoted the expansion of world trade. It has provided excellent forum for the discussion and solution of economic, fiscal and financial problems having an international impact. Whenever there is problems faced by various countries, IMF provides them a platform to discuss and find solutions with regarding to economic, fiscal and financial problems. Okay, so they not only uplift, they also see that they give right time, right advices is given to the countries to sail through economic crisis, and they also see that underdeveloped countries as well as developing countries concerns are also taken into consideration, and they should be pulled to the mainstream of world trade. Okay, so this is for this session. In the next session, we will be we will be learning about what are the objectives of IMF.